I just want to go on record and tell y'all that I tried. I really did. I've been working on this video for like way longer than I should have. Toy Fair delayed me, and then issues with uploading. For some reason, the upload got all pixelated and this video doesn't look as great as I wanted it to be. So it says 4K, but it ain't 4K. And I know y'all know that. But I appreciate y'all who do watch it anyway. Your mother. Okay, I'm back. Welcome everyone, and yeah, no, I'm stupid, right? That was a really bad impression, but I'm trying here. I'm trying to reel y'all in for those views. Anyway, thank you for joining me again. Today we're going to be talking about Ghostbusters. In fact, I'm going to be ranting at you about nothing but real Ghostbusters. So if you're not into it, move on, and if you are into it, sit back, relax, grab the bud, you know, the marijuana, the stuff that gets me shadow banned, and grab some beer, grab some snacks, because I'm going to be ranting at you guys for a while. A good 69 minutes here of me just talking about Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, the music of the real Ghostbusters, my favorite part of that. I don't go over all the ghosts. I go over like mostly seasons 1 and 2 and a little hint of season 3. And I don't go over all the character variants. I will go over the ones that I want. And just a big ass nerd that really loves them, so I may not get stuff exactly accurate, but for the most part, I've done my research. I pretty much got most of this right because I've watched the show a lot. And then, you know, all the figures that I hope to God Mondo makes. Please, Mondo, make these figures. I really want them. I want these character variants. I want these ghosts. Everything I talk about in this video, I want as figures, okay? Like my ghetto ass, you know, situation here. I couldn't find my Ghostbusters shirt, so I put a little, I don't know, I should have some kind of like edit on the shirt right now. Hopefully, maybe. I'm trying not to move as much at all, so it stays in the same spot. And then I got my Ghostbusters socks on. Ghostbusters socks, yeah, boy, you like? And so that's pretty much what this video is. If you're interested, stick around. If you're not, what are you doing here? What are you still watching? What are you doing here? I really love the show. That's why I'm doing this video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you guys at the end of the video. If you make it to the end of the video, because I don't know if you guys can handle my ranting. I don't know if you guys can actually make it to the end of the video, but if you do, you get a reward. You get a reward. What is that reward? You'll find out at the end of the video. I'll see you at the end. There are so many different versions of the Ghostbusters. I mean, we have the movie versions, the ones we remember and love, the ones we remember and don't love, and then the ones we barely remember. You know, because honestly, I mean, the mini Stay Puffs were cool. Seeing Harold Ramis as a ghost was awesome. And Paul Rudd just immediately takes me out of anything I watch. Paul Rudd, Ron Reynolds, Dwayne Johnson. Anything they're in, I immediately just get taken out of because they're always the same and they've oversaturated all of the markets, you name it. I can't. And then we have the comic versions, which are really cool. And if you haven't read these comics yet, definitely give them a read because they're from IDW. And they do really good comics when it comes to like TMNT. So with these Ghostbusters, they did a really good job because they're based off like the movie versions, and they even crossed over with the real Ghostbusters. So I really love the comic book versions. I think they're a great way to continue on the original Ghostbusters line and from the movies and all that. And I love them. I love them to death. I don't know what else to say about it. And then we got the Extreme Ghostbusters, and those are like a not spiritual. They are a sequel. They are a sequel / reboot to the real Ghostbusters, and they essentially are just animated different. And they have Egon come back, and he's now raising a whole new, you know, crop of Ghostbusters, a whole new generation. They took so much from the show and just put the ideas and reworked them in Ghostbusters Afterlife and Frozen Empire. And then we got the video game versions, which, you know, honestly could be whatever you want them to be. They could be the originals, they could be the movies, they could be
The cartoons, they could be a mixture between the cartoon and the movie versions. They could be your own. They could be your mother. For all you want, for all you care. I mean, I would love it if they be your mother. I love your mother. No, I'm just kidding. But my favorite versions will always be the real Ghostbusters. Like, always. I mean, since I was a kid, and I am now a man-child, or to what some at Toy Fair refer to me as a cadult. Never heard that one before. I've heard man-child, but not cadult. But anyway, my cadult ass has been loving these Ghostbusters since I was a wee one. And it was because of the music, really. I mean, I love the way they look, like, different from the movie characters. And, like, I love how the ghosts looked so much better in the cartoon. But still, the music is what drew me back every fucking time. Like, and I love TMNT and Gargoyles and Batman Animated Series, Thundercats, Dragon Ball Z, Reboot, the funny ones like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I love all those shows I just said to death. But if I had to pick one on top every time, it would be the real Ghostbusters. And it would be because the fucking music. The music was so fucking good. Like the original score music, by the way. I'm not talking about the freaking official soundtrack that everybody knows about from Tahiti. Those songs are good too. I love those songs. Ain't nothing wrong with them. But those are the songs with lyrics. I'm talking about the original score music. The theme songs from each individual episode that had no words. And, had like freaking, like barely any titles. Like the titles of these songs were so ridiculous. We're going to go over it. We're going to go over it very shortly. But like, this is the reason why I love this show so much. And it was because it was all written and composed by Shuki Levy, the ultimate composer of the 80s and 90s, man. Like, this guy composed my childhood, essentially. I mean, he was responsible for the song from Inspector Gadget. Dun, 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 dun. That was him. The Power Rangers song, Go Go Power Rangers, that was him. I mean, yeah, he also worked with Sabin. He also worked with Sabin as well on these, but essentially, Shuki Levy was the brainchild behind all the songs that I'm just talking about right now. Inspector Gadget, Power Rangers, the Mass theme, He-Man, X-Men. Yes, he did that. He fucking did that. So like, it was like no shock to me that he was responsible for like my favorite theme music out of all the ones I just mentioned, which was the Ghostbusters. Let's go over some of these songs right now. I want to talk about some of these songs right now. This is Victory Resolution, and it's my favorite one out of all these songs. I mean, I love all the songs from the show, but this is the one I find myself whistling over and over again the most. Like, I just love this fucking song. It's so upbeat. It's usually the song they play towards the end of the episode when things are going to work out, things are okay. The good guys won. Everything's going to be okay, guys. This is the song to let you feel that the good guys have won now and everything's going to be all right. I've said that so many times already, but yeah, I'm going to shut up now and let you listen to the rest of this beautiful song. This is Something Bad. And I mean, literally, that's the name of the song, Something Bad. This is one of those songs that just have the best build-up and the best creepy, like, oh my God, the ghost is coming. The ghost is evil. The ghost is all-powerful. The ghost is going to win. The ghost is going to win. That kind of feel like, oh man, this is such a fucking good vibe this song gives. And then it's also one of those songs that kind of psych you out, because you don't realize that they're the same song. It sounds crazy, right? I sound ridiculous, right? Well, listen to the rest and see what I mean. Eerie. Theme 2. Another unmistakable song from The Real Ghostbusters. You're not confusing this with any other show. No other show sounds like this. And that's why I loved it so much. Creepy build up, great song. That is just so awesome to hear. I need to make that my ringtone. From here on out, that's going to be my ringtone because, oh my God, that just brings me back. It's so short. You got to play it again. It's so short, but like, that is the title music, essentially. They play that for like, when the show first starts, that's what you're going to see the words, the title to. That's what you're going to hear it to. Oh my God. That just sounds so good. Let's hear it one more time. Let's just hear it one more time. This sounds really good. Back at the firehouse. This is a classic. And of course, unmistakable. You cannot mistake this with any other show, man. You're only going to think of one show when you hear this music. And if you don't think of a show when you hear this music, it's because you haven't seen the show. And you're just hearing this music like out of nowhere. But you're going to love this music. It's going to be super catchy. You're going to be like, God damn it. Where do I know this music from that I can't fucking find anywhere and I can't Shazam? Yeah, that's because it's from The Real Ghostbusters. Oh man, this is another really good jam. Oh man, this is Good Morning Ghostbusters, and one of those really good songs to play when like the show's just starting and they're introducing you to what the characters are doing or just getting you in the mode of this show. I fucking love it. Oh my God, this song is so good. Echo the guitar is awesome because it starts off really like eerie and soft-hearted and then just gets super emotional out of nowhere. Like this guitar riff and piano just make you want to weep, make you feel sad. Like this is one of the most depressing songs I've ever heard, and yet it's like also uplifting. Like it's a bittersweet ending song, and I fucking love it. One of the best songs in the show by far. Okay, this is Ghostbusters Theme 2. And just hearing this song gets me hyped, okay? Like just the theme of it, the vibe of it, it's all built up and hyped up. And like, yo, let's get moving. Come on, we gotta catch ghosts. Let's go, yo, we gotta go. Get you in your own music video mode. I know, I'm ridiculous, but oh my God, I fucking love this song. I wanted to go over some of the figures that may be coming out in the future if Mondo decides to do them. I mean, I don't know for sure if these figures are going to happen, but I like to speculate. I like to guess. I like to imagine because I'm bored and I want to freaking rant about the real Ghostbusters. So let's go over what's already out. As of today, which is I believe the 13th, if I've gotten this out when I wanted it to get it out. I hope I did, but yeah, as of today, I believe is when this 2-pack is, closing. Essentially, it's a timed exclusive, and they're not going to be selling these 2-packs anymore. Once they end, they're only going to be selling the singles after that, which means just Egon Spangler and that blue intro ghost and Louis the Gangster. So I feel like this one is the best bang for your buck, because technically this is one of the ones that is coming with 3 ghosts, right? Because you got the one from the intro, you got the one from the exclusive, Boogeyman, and then you have the Louis the Gangster getting sucked into the trap here, just like the show. I freaking love it. I hope we get like an actual figure of him, with his hat and his cigarette in his mouth and all that, but maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, he looks really good going into the ghost trap here. And then, you know, you got the infamous boogeyman who scares the shit out of Egon Spengler because, you know, that's the reason why he got into catching ghosts apparently. You find out in the show that they have a little history together. I remember you. And it's fucking the best I could do with that voice. And yeah, it's just like a really good episode. And he lets them know just real quick that I can still fuck y'all up by yelling in your faces with my hot breath. And then you have the blue intro ghost that we still don't know what it's called, but they took their own liberties and, you know, decided to make the back look a lot like Slimer's back, which essentially is probably what it would look like. Maybe he had legs, maybe he didn't. Looks like a floating ghost to me. And, you know, probably do the rest of these ghosts eventually. We got a bunch of other ghosts here in the intro because this all started because Slimer was in the pilot. In the original pilot episode intro, Slimer, nerd alert. The Slimer was the intro ghost. He was the first one to be in that front spot. But later on, they wanted Slimer to be part of the show, so like their pet. So they decided to switch him up with the blue guy. And they still don't have a name for him. He's just the blue intro ghost. And it was really cool that they gave us that little, you know, Easter egg there, because that and Louis the freaking gangster ghost, that's perfect, man. You know, if you miss out on Boogeyman, that sucks. But, you know, you still get two other ghosts, right? I don't know. It sucks if you miss out on the exclusives, I'm not gonna lie. And it sucks that they made the exclusives the way they did, because people want these ghosts as single figures, and they have repeatedly said they're not doing that. So maybe down the line they do it because they've gotten all the other originals out of the way. And I'm excited for the Peter Venkman and Sam Hain Slimer 3-pack as well. That's going to be amazing. Technically they're calling it a 2-pack, but they're like 3-packs because they're coming with a little ghost as well. And for the first 2-pack, it was coming with Slimer, of course, which I'm really excited for. It's going to be my first Slimer figure ever. I can't wait. And then can't wait to have him being crushed by Sam Hain. Sam Hain, man, one of my favorite villains of the show, if not my very favorite. I don't know. Between him, Boogeyman, and Gash, which we'll get into later on, Sam Hain, man, I can't even, I could try, but Sam Hain is like, why are you bothering my little ones? I repeat, why are you bothering my little ones? Oh my god, he fucking freaked me out. Come, all things of the night are mine. And I'm just like, oh god, I'll never forget that shit. He freaked me out. Just seeing a talking pumpkin and talking like that was just like, oh my god, I will never forget it. And then they've actually showed us what's coming out next. We know already, if you've been paying attention to the announcements, that we have Winston Zeddemore, and most likely, I mean, by that silhouette, that's the Sandman, guys. Enter the Sandman. That is the Sandman for sure. We are getting Sandman, guys. It's going to be awesome. What is the third ghost? Like the little tiny one? Nobody knows. But you have to imagine it's going to probably be one of those ghosts from the intro. My bet is that it's either Ray or Winston that's going to get the long, skinny intro ghost with the multiple eyes. Yeah, with the big teeth and multiple eyes and long and skinny body. Yeah, I think we're getting that ghost. I think that's going to be the next, or one of the next mini ghosts that we get. Can't wait. I mean, who knows? But I'm guessing with that for sure. And then Sandman, man, I can't wait to get Sandman. Sandman is epic too. He's one of my favorites as well. I'm not my top fave, but I definitely would put him in like a top 10 favorites if I had to. Because if I had to do a top 3, it would still be Sam Hain and Boogeyman and Gash. But this guy here, Sandman was alright. He was alright. I think it's just his voice that I liked so much. It was epic. His was when he goes to the radio station, I think, and the guy was like, "Oh, you must work for Spielberg," and he's like, "Never heard of him. As for you, nighty night, Betty time." Oh, he's always talking about Betty time and shit. That's the best I could do with his voice too. But like, he was just great to listen to and hear talk. because the actor was definitely trying to imitate another actor's voice and then just put his own take on it. What that actor's voice was, I have no idea. I'm not that old. I'm old, but not that old. And then after that, we're gonna get Ray Stans, and yes, y'all already know by that freaking silhouette, the one, the only, big Gash. This is awesome. I cannot wait to get this freaking Ghost figure. I'm more excited for this Ghost figure than Ray. I know they know that. A lot of people love Ray. I love Ray too. But I'm going to love Ray more when they give us variants of Ray, because Ray's got some great variants in the show. We'll get to that, though. We'll get to that shortly. But Gash, man, he's just like, dude, first off, he fucking eats ghosts. He's got like a stomach, and he fucking inhales ghosts. He fucking ate Slimer, and it's like some evil shit inside there, and fucking, it's just, oh my God. I mean, that's disgusting. That's just, oh my God. I can't even imagine how the figure's gonna look. I cannot wait to see what innovative thing they do to show the mouth inside the stomach, because they have to do it. They have to fucking do it. They better do it. You better do it, Mondo. You better fucking do it. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, but yeah, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. And then Ray, yeah, Ray's gonna be cool too. And then we got that other bomb drop on us. We knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't see this happening as a single, but that's how they revealed it. And yes, that is the silhouette of Janine Mauskowitz. Is that her last name? I don't fucking remember her last name, but Janine, the secretary, and you know, she is gonna be awesome. She's gonna look so cool in, you know, her regular fit, doing the whole, I'm gonna have her in the kiss goodbye pose like that. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But you know, now I think it's time for us to get into variants, and we'll start off with Janine, okay? Because Janine has quite a few variants I would like them to approach. Different outfits that she wears for the Ghostbusters. Like, she basically wears Ghostbuster jumpsuits. One of them looks exactly like Peter Venkman's. To like the T, I think it is Peter Venkman's that she's wearing. And then the other one is from when she was dreaming and helping out with Sandman, and that was when, like, she just dreamed she was a Ghostbuster, and she was wearing like the white one. So I guess you could say she was wearing Winston's, but it wasn't. It looked like it was her own custom version, because her sleeves, her collar sleeves, or her sleeve collars were customized to her color. So I think if we do end up getting a Janine in the Ghostbusters outfit, which I do believe that's possible of happening, if they keep with the 2-pack tone, we could essentially see just two Janines in a 2-pack, one with her regular outfit and one with her in a Ghostbusters outfit. I think that would piss off a lot of people too, but I wouldn't mind it. I at this point now, I'm taking whatever I can get and not get upset. I am totally just, I mean, these didn't exist ever before, so I'm just taking what they can give me, man. And then the other outfit I think they should go for, and not even be scared about it. Not even be fearful about it. They could totally do it, given what they've done with, you know, X-Men already, is her in her bikini outfit. Yeah, I'm bold. I know. I'm a bold motherfucker, right? Like, what is wrong with you, bro? You're a pervert. Nah, bro. Hear me out. She's fine, yo. No, I'm just kidding. Like, she is fine. I mean, damn. Even Egon was like, God damn. Shit. I gotta fucking clean the glasses. They fogged up now. But, you know, if they did that variant, that would be amazing, and that would set the community on fire for sure. I am nuts though, but let's go into more variants. Another variant idea I was thinking was for Egon. I have a couple ideas for Egon that they could do. First off, we need to get him in his containment unit suit that he created to go back inside there and get the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future and save them from there. Like, we need him in that suit. We need to have him in that exact suit. We've never gotten him in that exact suit. We've gotten stuff close to it, you know, and I wouldn't mind them redoing looks from the toys as well, but I would really love it if they stick to the accuracy of the show, because this is their moment to shine. You heard me, Mondo? This is your moment to shine with the variants of the Ghostbusters, starting off with this Egon right here in the containment fucking unit outfit. I know, I'm extra. I like it though. I want it badly. Please make it. Look how little his head looks inside that suit when he doesn't have the dome on. I want it. And then the next Egon variant I want is the possessed Egon. Okay, we need possessed Egon. This needs to happen. This would be an epic figure. Like, epic. Epic. I would just go nuts for this figure and pay vast amounts of money for it. Okay, like, that's how bad this is. They have got me by the balls. And I think they know it. They know it. They fucking know it, man. Because I'm telling them right now. I freaking met Bob Fulkerson. He's hearing this and going, excellent. I got another one. No. But he's really cool. He's a really cool guy. And I love speaking with him at Toy Fair. It was amazing. Anyway, the next variant I would love them to do for Egon. Damn, I am greedy, right? The next variant? You only got 2 variants of Egon, bro. I don't care, yo. We got a lot of variants they could do. Another one would be Egon's Ghost. That's, I believe, episode 11 of season 2. And, dude, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the show says itself in the episode. Egon dies in this episode. I showed this to my girlfriend, and I got a reaction on camera. So I'm going to play this clip for you, and then we'll come back to it.
Stabilizer.
They just vaporized Egon.
Yeah, that was Egon dying. And I don't care what even the show says itself. They're saying, no, he's not dead. He's actually just like kind of dead, but not really dead. It's like their equivalent of him being dead. Nah, Mofo is dead. Do you see these people's faces? Do you see their faces? Do you see his face? He's dead, okay? It's very nice that they try to like sap it up for the kids, but kids are not dumb. Kids know what they saw. And he's able to sense ghosts too. In the episode, he's able to like sense other ghosts. So yeah, he is dead, but they bring him back to life. So quit crying. I was crying a little. And we got Peter Venkman's variant. The only variant I really want from him badly, the single variant I want from him, is when Watt's precious bird possesses him. Like, essentially just possesses him to have the greatest hairdo on earth. Kind of looks like my hair a little bit, but even more straight without gel. But he's just got this different tint of color on his skin, and he looks really good. I think he would make for a great variant of Peter Venkman. Then the next one I would love is Slimer. There's a few Slimer variants that I think they should go with and just say, fuck it, let's do it. One of them is Slimer being a Ghostbuster. Like, we need Slimer as a Ghostbuster figure. This is what Slimer was dreaming. Like, he was totally being illusion, like having an illusion that he was a Ghostbuster. And he was all buff and shit. And he was wearing, like, basically, like, the equivalent of the Ghostbuster jumpsuit, but just the top part. And the bottom part was still his gooey ghost part. I think this would be a great figure. And I hope to God that somebody from Mondo watches this entire thing and says, yeah, that, you know what? Maybe that one too. Unless they've already thought of this already. Next one up, I want the giant Slimer. The giant purple Slimer. The evil, possessed giant purple Slimer that just looked so amazing. He was like basically just Slimer with a purple paint job and a deep ass voice. In this episode, they're just making fun of King Kong. They're doing a parody of King Kong, so he ends up climbing the freaking Empire State Building, and it's freaking awesome. I love this episode. It was so great, but I want him as a figure. I want that badly. We need it, okay? And then right after that Slimer, I want the other possessed Slimer that ends up being like this evil demon version. Like, they're kind of actually making fun of more of a, they're parodying a werewolf. So like like a werewolf version of a ghost, if you will, where Slimer doesn't know he's changing, and they have to like separate him from this evil version or whatever, or this like evil possession of himself. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. It's an amazing episode, and he looked so awesome in this episode. We need to have him as a variant. I'm not gonna let this go. I am going to keep bitching and moaning about this until we get it. We already have these. I already have them, at least, from Diamond Select, that 4-pack that came out back in, I think, 2019 for the San Diego Comic-Con shared exclusive shit. I paid like $1.25 for them retail, or I think $1.50. I think it was $1.50. I don't remember. Something like that, but these figures ain't that great. I'm just going to be real with you. Articulating wise, quality wise, I feel like they're going to snap on me any day. They can break very easily, especially the accessories, but you know, whatever. They're still really cool to have. I love the way they look. That's why I got them. They're translucent and their sculpts are amazing. But you know, I think that we should get these from Mondo as well. I think that should not stop Mondo from making the Citizen Ghosts. That's what these guys are called, by the way. These are the Citizen Ghosts, and I think we should get Citizen Ghosts from Mondo as well. I'm not happy enough with these. I'm not content enough. I want more, and I know I shouldn't. I'm fucking Anakin, alright? Fuck it. I'm being bold. I want everything. Give it to me all. These would look amazing. They don't even have to make them translucent, but it would be nice if they did. That would be a cool touch. I would honestly just like to see them do some 4-pack variants in general. Like, give us the muck, the transforming muck that covered them all in Dr. Doctor. That was a great episode, and we'll go over that more later on, because that's one of the ghosts I want to. But that would be just better and more appropriate for them to do like a 4-pack variant for them, because they got completely covered in it up to their heads, like where all you saw was their heads, and then they each had like a body part on them. Winston had the mouth, Ray had the eyeball, one of them had the ear. I think it was Egon or Peter. You can't see it here in this image, but they had body parts on them, and it just looked amazing. That would be a great freaking 4-pack, man. I'm reaching for the stars, I know. Like, are you crazy, man? You're so greedy. I know. I would love to see them do this, though. Another one I would love to see them do would be that, what's that episode where they're wearing the rock costumes? Banshee. It was the Banshee Bake a Cherry Pie episode. And, oh my God, that was with the one that had, like, the Banshee chick in it that was posing to be a rock star. But they ended up wearing these rock star outfits, and freaking Winston had red jerry curls, and freaking Peter had the whole like dew on the hair, like he spiked it all up, and even Ray had his hairdo. The only one that didn't really look that much different with the hairdo was Egon. His hairdo was great. They're like, just leave it. Your hairdo is already amazing with that spiral and everything. You look great. You look great. You look wonderful. He had like a little bit of a twist on it towards the front, but other than that, they pretty much look the same. But I love their outfits. Their outfits look so good with the Proton pack. Let this be a thing right here. Oh my God, that would be amazing. We'd be paying out the Wazuzu for sure for anything with the word 4-pack on it, if they're going to keep to the pricing that they're doing. But you know what? I'm in this deep. Might as well go deeper, right? Fuck it. Take all my money. I want it all. I want the rock outfits from the Malachi episode. What is it? It's not the Malachi. That's the name of the ghost. But the name of the episode was Play Them Ragtime Blues. And it had the Malachi ghost in it, the one that plays the trumpet. And freaking they went through like so many different outfits in like a few seconds, where they were in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. It was just great. We got another variant of 80 outfits. There was like a little more punk, if you want, because look at the way they were dressed. It was completely different. Like, I thought Venkman was Egon for a second. No, Egon's all the way on the left. Look at that. I want these outfits so bad. This would be amazing variants. And let's just be real. Those other outfits are pretty much the 3 stages of the Beatles. We got the early 50s versions of them, and then the 60s versions of them with the whole like suits and everything, and then we have the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heartstruck Band. Alright, let's get into the ghosts now. I'm going to talk about all the ghosts that I think Mondo will make into a figure into the future, or I feel like are most likely to become figures in the future. So that's what we're going to focus on right now. I love this image. This looks so great. It's got all the infamous ghosts on here. So let's just get right into it. I have a list here, and most of these are in the order they came out in, but there may be some out of order. And I also have seasons 1 through 3 of Ghosts here. I think I have one ghost that I made an exception from a later season. Other than that, these are the ghosts that I think Mondo are going to create next. Ghosts Are Us, episode 1. How could I not get into that episode? Come on, we got the famous trio, the first ghost we were ever introduced to, which is Slug, Snarg, and Zoink. These guys have like a whole Three Little Bears kind of dynamic to them, and it's really funny. They're pretty funny. They're just, hilarious because they're stupid. They're so stupid, they're funny, that kind of bit. And, Slug is the leader of the group. He's kind of like the dad of the group. He's got that whole dynamic of like, get over here. What are you doing? I'm gonna beat your ass. And then he's got the whole look of when he's got the like alternate costume on. They're trying to pretend they're humans. And then we got Snarg here. And Snarg is the female ghost of the group. Or like the mom ghost of the group, if you will. And she's, got that high-pitched, nagging voice. I can't even do it. I can't even fucking do that annoying voice. But there's her alternate outfit. Looking like a really, really like 60s chick there. I don't know. It's freaking crazy. And then we got Zoink. Zoink is the kid. The big idiot kid. The hey boss. The hey boss. That kind of whole dynamic. And this is his alternate look. He doesn't really have an alternate look. But he would look amazing as an alternate figure, or just like as a ghost figure. I think he would look really cool. And then of course, if we're gonna do Ghosts Are Us and Snarg and Slug and Zoink, and I said that in the wrong order, but whatever, we got to do the toy ghost. We got to do the toy ghost because that also came out in that episode, and that thing looked freaky in the very beginning. That thing didn't even look like a toy ghost. It was like, what is that freaking one-eyed mass of nasty creature? And then it ends up possessing a bunch of toys that come together and create this giant like mecha jack-in-the-box creature that ends up going on, I think it's the Brooklyn Bridge. Pretty sure it's the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, that's the Brooklyn Bridge. What am I saying? I should know my own city. And yeah, it's got this weird jack-in-the-box head that comes out the top too. It's got a lot of shit going on with it. It's creepy. And then we get to see Egon and Ray in the Ecto 2, which is like a little, helicopter plane kind of mini flying device. And, it would be also an alternate costume they could do. It would be really cool to see them in this. Anyway, he ends up sliding down the fucking, like, edge of the bridge and then falling off completely like a da-da-da-da, creating, like, this giant freaking, like, creature. Before he explodes, he's just like this evil mass of a creature that we don't even know what it is. But he explodes. And it's like a nuclear explosion that like takes over the entire bridge and pier. I don't know how they survived this. I really don't. You see the shockwave and everything's okay after that. I don't know. Whatever. Next is episode 2, Kilowatt. And, this is basically an electric ghost. And the electric ghost ends up figuring out that if you take out all the power of the city, you can take out the containment unit and then set all the ghosts free. So that's what he ends up doing. He blacks out the whole city, and the Ghostbusters are freaking out because they literally have 30 seconds to figure out how to turn on the containment unit again before they all, get out. The ghosts, So basically, in the blink of an eye, come up with a random MacGyver situation that essentially has a bicycle attached to a generator. Janine has to pedal this bike to keep the containment unit on the entire episode. It's really fucked up because they end up forgetting about her. So the other episode, she's still pedaling. She's like, guys, like it's a great ending to an episode. I love it, and I just spoiled it for you. Oh well. But anyway, Kilowatt ends up taking over like this structure inside the factory that it's haunting. And man, does this thing look epic. So we have two potential great figures here for the Ghostbusters. Now, mind you, that structure he's in clearly is like just massive. It's way bigger than the Ghostbusters. I never realized it until I was looking at these images how big Kilowatt really is. Like, they're so small compared to him. He's like a skyscraper status of a figure. So we may be looking at a 1/6 scale kind of situation here for this, right? But I think they could do Kilowatt. I think it would be really cool to see him as a figure. And if anything, they just give us the Ghost version. But you can't give us the Ghost version of Kilowatt without having that fucking structure he took over. And then after that, they would have to give us the possessed Ecto 1, right? Because you can't do Kilowatt without the possessed Ecto 1, which would also be an amazing figure. I don't know how they would do it. I hope there would be like an articulated section for the top part of the mouth. I mean, this is all just like me just being really, really like hopeful thinking. But that would look like an amazing figure. How awesome would it be if we got a possessed Ecto 1 to go with the Toy Ghost figure? Next, we have episode 3, Mrs. Rogers' Neighborhood. And this was a freaky episode, man. I could never look at an old lady or a little bird the same way ever again. This ain't no old lady. This is the ghost Watt. And this is her little bird friend, Precious. And they end up like tricking the Ghostbusters into going into their little haunted house and then getting Ray to bring her back to the firehouse. And then Ray goes back to like, you know, join the Ghostbusters. Now she's alone with Janine and Slimer in the firehouse and she's sneaking around. She wants to freaking unlock the containment unit to set the ghosts free. And this little bird, man, this little bird starts having like its own little Hyde, like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde moment where it just starts freaking transforming into a giant evil bird and takes over Peter Venkman, like possesses him, and ends up trying to use him to open up the containment unit, which, you know, they get very close to doing, of course, very close, but not close enough. I just think this would be a great alternate look for Peter Venkman. I would love this so much. How awesome does that look? That's freaky, man. He looks really cool with that bird on his head and everything. And then you got Watt. And Watt transforms too. She ends up going from this old lady to what she's supposed to look like, or what Watt's supposed to look like, which is this creepy looking ghost with big old teeth and exposed gums and T-Rex hands, or I don't know, maybe raptor hands. I don't know. Those look like dinosaur hands to me. And, you know, she was about to, like, devour Janine until she found out that's not what she needs. She needs, like, direct staff so she can get the fingerprints, which is why she ended up taking over Peter Venkman. Station Identification, Episode 2, Season 2. And he is like a clown mixed with the most obnoxious game show host you've ever met in your life. Like, they did a really good job with this character, and I think he would make a great action figure. One of the better ghosts from the show. I think he would look great. Mondo, definitely consider making him a figure because we got 2 versions of him. We got the version that we were first introduced to, and then later on he kind of like transforms into this really creepy, like disfigured, even more creepier than before clown monster ghost that you know, they end up fucking up anyway, but he would look great as an action figure. I would really love to have a Big Boo. Get it? No. If they don't decide to do Big Boo, they could always do Star Patrol or Gumbo, right? Okay, so let me get into this real quick. Gumbo is their parody of Gumby mixed with Rambo. Duh, Gumbo. Huh. Nah, bro. You get it. I don't even know if that's the line. I forget it. But I just remember seeing Gumby dressed as Rambo, and then talking like Rambo, just making fun of Sylvester Stallone. I loved it. It was so awesome. I need that as a figure in my life. And then Star Patrol. Basically a parody of Star Trek. They did Spock. They did the Doctor. I don't remember the Doctor's name. And then they did Captain Kirk, of course. But they don't call Spock Spock. They call Spock Spook. He's Mr. Spook. Analysis, Mr. Spook. And then when he asked the Doctor, it's like, analysis, Doctor. We're dead, Jim. It was just so great. They do it way better in the show. I totally cheesed it out, but I love those ghosts, and I want them as figures yesterday. Oh, who lives in the pineapple under the sea? Not Captain Higgins. He's from Seafright, Episode 4, Season 2. And I'm gonna stop talking like this stupid pirate voice now. But yeah, Captain Jack Higgins, that's his first name, Jack. Oh, just like, Captain Jack Sparrow. Nah, fuck that shit, yo. He's Captain Jack Higgins. He was the first Barbossa. Before there was Barbossa and Curse of the Black Pearl, there was Captain Jack Higgins, the original undead pirate captain with his undead pirate crew and his undead pirate bird and pirate ship. And eventually he was just like, all right, I'll leave the city if you give me that cowboy hat. I want the cowboy hat. And that's what he got. And he looked good in it. He looked really good in it. That's why I want this as a figure, man. This would look so awesome as an action figure. Will Mondo do it? Probably not. But you know what? Nobody thought these Ghostbuster figures were coming out anyway. So sky's the limit in my imagination. So yeah, this is possible in my mind. Arg. Oh, now we got one of my favorite episodes of this entire show. Night Game. Episode 8, Season 2. Okay. I want the entire evil baseball team. And I want the entire good, angel baseball team. I want them all. I want them all. Let me just put that out there. I am greedy as fuck. I want all the demon, evil baseball team. There's a lot of them in there. There's a lot of furry looking guys in there. A lot of really creeping demon looking guys in there. We got batters. We got pitchers. We got catchers. And the same goes for the good team. Yeah, believe it or not, this is one of the good guys. I know, right? Yeah, wow. If I had to pick down to a single figure, oof, that'd be hard because it's going to be either the replacement pitcher that they pulled out towards the end of the game. That would just be fucking amazing because that's a huge figure. But I think more appropriate, if we had to get only one figure from this evil baseball team, yeah, you guessed it, the evil umpire. Abso-fucking-lutely. Hands fucking down. If I had to pick one, if I only got one, this is the figure I want from that baseball team. More than the good guys, more than bad guys, just the evil umpire. Which, little nerd note there, is voiced by the same actor that did Egon. So that was, my little nerd moment of this. I'll have more nerd. This whole video is a nerd moment. What am I saying? The Old College Spirit. Episode 10, Season 2. So this is basically the fraternity ghost, which some of you may not know actually has a name. His name is Elwin Spaulding. And he's basically just a bully college jock ghost that never graduated and I guess died on campus. They don't really go into those details because it's, a kid show, believe it or not. I was like, wait, this is a kid show? What the fuck is y'all, man? The scariest thing about this episode is not even Elwin. Mind you, Elwin gets pretty scary in this episode. Pretty fucking freaky, man. He has a scary look as well as his, chill look. But the scariest thing about this episode for me was the giant goldfish. Ends up turning this goldfish into a giant monster of a goldfish. Oh my god. And you got this creepy little ghost critter on top of him too. That was just creepy enough. But look at this. How are you not scared? When I saw that as a kid, I was just like, what am I looking at? And then the Ghostbusters shoot it with the proton pack and the thing explodes point blank. They don't even try to hide it. It just explodes. And they don't try to say anything that it wasn't blood or it was just ghost smoke or whatever. That was one of the episodes that I definitely remember going whoa, this ain't for kids, and I love it, even though it was a kid's show. Whatever. Point is, you got to make the giant goldfish now too. You can't just make Elwin. You got to make the fraternity ghost and you got to make the giant goldfish. If you don't make the giant goldfish with Elwin, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be really pissed off. So let's go, Mondo. Step it up. The King and Mrs. Faversham's attic. I think I said that right. Episode 31, Season 2. This is the Bellaranthon. Or Bellaranthon? The Bellaranthon, whatever. It's got multiple different looks here. But he's really creepy. I think he would make a great action figure. He's got a lot of detail, especially when he transforms into this giant, poof of smoke with eyeballs. He reminds me of the smoke monster from Lost and the Lython or whatever, that smoke monster from Loki, mixed together. just gives me that vibe. And man, is that a creepy look. How awesome would that be as an action figure? You wouldn't even have to make it as an action figure. Just make this big statue of cloud of smoke with the eyeballs in it, and I'd take it right there. I'd pay the money they want for it. Please make this. And of course, you know, seeing Slimer in that little outfit there, that would be cool too, right? That should be in the variant section, but I totally missed it. But there you go. We get Slimer in that little detective outfit, and then we get the Balaranthon in the smoky eyeball look. Although I would like the skeleton, like I think that was like a closet that was like a coat jacket that came to life that he just turned into like a skeleton. But either way, I would take either figure. They would look amazing.
Do not open until doomsday.
Knock Knock, episode 1, season 2. I love this episode. I love it so much. We get so much in this episode too, man. We get the doomsday door, clearly, right? Because that is an epic door. You can never forget that. These idiot construction workers end up opening it after like this self-conscious talking door says, don't open me until doomsday. What do? They fucking open it anyway. And they literally like just set hell loose upon the entire city. Ghostbusters have to go into the subway. Like they have that scene where all the ghosts just appear around them and they're all skeletons. And this is a kid's show, mind you. And of course they break out free with their proton packs because they're the Ghostbusters. But there was a lot of like dark tones in this episode. Like a lot of dark tones. They're dealing with the underworld. They're dealing with hell, essentially. Like they're looking at the Keeper of Lost Souls. He's like the gatekeeper. Well, not the gatekeeper. I don't know. He's the ferryman or whatever. He's on the ferry. He's on the boat, and he's basically telling all the souls that you're stuck here forever. These are dead people. They're not slaves. They're undead. They're dead damn souls, man. And they're in Ghostbusters. This is fucking great. I love this episode. And then the trains, the subways get possessed and turn into like these monster subway trains. I love this episode, if you can't tell. The Knock Knock tree, because there is no name for this tree. It's just the Knock Knock tree, or the demon tree, the possessed tree. And this tree is creepy as fuck. One of the creepiest voices. Have a nice day. I can't even do the voice, but oh my god, because they do a lot of like auto-tune on it too, but that was a creepy ass voice. I'll never forget it. Never. Lights, Camera, Haunting. Episode 33, season 2. We meet Joe, Cadron, and Catherine, the what I like to refer to as the acting trio. This is the acting ghost episode where this piece of shit director, decides it's cheaper to hire ghosts to be in his movies than actual actors. I think it's also like a FU to Ghostbusters too, and you know, why would this be a big deal at all, right? That's not going to come bite you in the ass later on. No, not at all, but I think these would be great additions to my imaginary Mondo ghost figure collection. Next, we have The Birds of Kilderby. Episode 34, Season 2. I know you're like, why is he doing this stupid accent again? I know, but you have to understand, I want Lord Kilderby, and it has nothing to do with Lord Kilderby. I want this bird so fucking bad. This would be an amazing figure for Mondo to do. Oh my god, I love this episode. Lost and Foundry, episode 37, season 2. Oh man, I just remember calling it the Foundry Ghost. This was the Foundry Ghost, but when I looked it up, they call it the Foundry Hunter. Either way, this cute little guy is the Terminator. Okay, I guess this was like their way of making fun of the Terminator. I don't know. It was a really cool, fun episode. Also, one of the best animated episodes in the show. Like, bravo to whoever the artist was for this specific episode, because damn, bruh, that shit was anime quality. So this Foundry Hunter is a ghost that gets absorbed in the magma, and then they think that it's dead or like evaporated into nothing because it's already dead. But in fact, it just became one with the magma, lava, like hot liquid magma, whatever, that ended up hardening into metal that was turned into many different objects, like metal beams, or in this case, a fire pole. Man, I love this episode. It was so cool, and we need a Foundry Hunter. I call him Foundry Ghost. Scaring of the Green, episode 40, season 2, is based off this like Irish legend of a bog hound, of a ghost dog, a monster dog. He's awesome. He's got like fucking 4 eyeballs and big fangs and huge freaking feet, and he loves to play fetch. He's awesome. I want one. I want one in real life. Not really. That's scary as fuck. Are you kidding me? I would shit my pants every time I have to walk the dog. Every time I get woken up. Every time anything with that dog, I'd be like shitting my pants. I want it as a figure. I definitely want this as an action figure. I think it would be great. They even have a shot of him being sucked into the trap, so they could do him getting sucked into the trap. I don't know. I'm definitely reaching now, but God, man, I would love a bog hound. Drool the Dog-Faced Goblin, episode 26, season 2. Dude, let's talk about Drool. Let's talk about how this is one of the most like emotional episodes I ever watched as a kid. I cried at the end of this episode. When I first saw it, I never forgot it because my mom walked in the room and was asking me, "Why are you crying?" Because she thought I did something wrong. And I was just like, you know, usually you're right, Mom, but in this case, no, because I watched it to the very end, like I do with all the Ghostbusters episodes, and this was an emotional episode. I'm just gonna say it like that. This was a tragic episode. Man, I love this thing. We need this as a figure. Please, Mondo. I'm not even playing, bro. I'm getting teared up right now. Cold Cash in Hot Water, episode 39, season 2. We got the Hob Anagarak, or Anagarak, whatever. The first demon or whatever. I don't know. But this thing is creepy as fuck. And I remember rewatching the show and I saw this and I wrote it down like this thing was fucking amazing to look at. It would absolutely be a great figure for Mondo to do. So it's on the list. Oh shit. Alright, next up we got Janine's Day Off. Episode 44, season 2. This episode is awesome for 4 reasons technically. First off, let's just get into the first 3. The Deadly 3. And that's the only name for these ghosts. There's no like individual name for these ghosts. They're just called the Deadly 3. And they are sneaky ass mofos that get their hands on a proton pack and start fucking around in the firehouse, but they get caught eventually, like always. And then the 4th reason I was talking about is these little guys, these little imps. They're called imps. And one of them ends up, well, a bunch of them end up turning into like a giant one. A giant fucking imp. That's what it's called, the giant imp. And dude, tell me this wouldn't make one of the best ghost figures ever. Come on, Mondo, look at this. I know you sculptors are dying, especially Alex Brewer. Oh my god, dude, check this out. Get this in your hands right now. You got ears that are hands. You got hands for ears. And those teeth, oh my god, dude. I don't even know what's going on in that chin right there, but looks fucking ridiculously awesome in a very creepy way. But I want this. A Ghost Grows in Brooklyn, episode 51, season 2. So this one is cool because it has this cute little plant monster. I remember I called him Plant Monster. They call him the Greenhouse Ghost online, but this guy was really cool, really cute, and they have an image of him getting trapped into the ghost trap, or sucked in there, so whatever. They could do that because they have that whole thing going on already with the other ghosts. So I'm just thinking along those lines. Anything I can think of that might match up with their line of thinking, maybe further beyond. What is this supposed to look like? I know we can take anything out of context and make it look inappropriate, but guys, just come on. This is just like, this plan is coming on Janine, all right? What is going on here? This is definitely on the list. Ooh, this is a good one too. The long, etc. Goodbye. Episode 56, season 2. This one's a really good one. This is one of those memorable episodes that you just can't forget if you've seen it once. The Sphinx-looking character here is called Blackie. And the next character here is called Philip Spade. He's a ghost too, you see, and his job is to find Blackie and make sure he doesn't get out, you see, because they're actually buddies and pals, and Blackie did something he wasn't supposed to, and that's why he turned into what he turned into, and yada 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 yada. It gets a little more deeper than that. I just wanted to show you how awesome Blackie looks, and if we get Blackie, we got to get Philip Spade, because they go hand in hand, and there's such a good dynamic in the show. It's just great. I love it, and I really want them as figures, so yeah, definitely on the list. Slimer, is that you? Episode 59, Season 2. This is the episode where Slimer and Egon end up swapping, like, subconscious. So, like, essentially their souls or their brains, whatever you want to think of it. All I know is that Slimer is Egon and Egon is Slimer. So, Egon is experiencing all the feelings of being a ghost, and he's like, wow, fascinating this, fascinating that. Slimer just love being alive and eating like a fucking beast. He's like gaining so much weight in Egon's body, not giving a fuck. And then we got the reason why I brought this episode up, which was not those two, because that's an easy, just take the glasses off and put them on the Slimer figure, and there you go. But I brought this up because of the Master of Shadows. He's the reason this happened with them. And Master of Shadows has a really good look to him. A really good look. So I think he also deserves to be on the list as far as my imaginary Mondo ghost figure list, whatever. Egon's Ghost, Episode 11, Season 2. So this is Arzun, and he's like a freaking demon. A demon ghost. Not to be trifled with. You know, they trap this demon ghost in there, they get him, but then we also get the glutton ghost in this episode too. So I thought that was cool, because I think that glutton ghost would also qualify as one of those little tiny ghosts that we get, like Slimer or the little blue intro ghost. I think this would also be up there with that. The other one from Egon's Ghost episode is the Thol and the Thons. These fucking guys are even creepier looking than the frickin' Arzun, man. A pretty demon-filled episode. So we got a lot of demons we could work with, plus that glutton ghost. Come on, man. Give me some demons and glutton ghosts, Mondo. Sticky Business, Season 3, Episode 7, The Phantom Monster. This thing is unforgettable, man. And I'm pretty sure it had a bout with Stay Puft, too. I just remember this thing being so fucking creepy looking. Man, this thing was just creepy, man. Creepy as fuck. I'll never forget. It talked, too. This thing could talk. It was just like, what is that? But it has such a look to it that would make for a perfect figure. Mondo, go for it, man. This is definitely on my list. Yeah, boy. Trowbridge. This is awesome. Episode 5, Season 1. I don't even need to look at my list for that. So this episode is awesome because we get to meet the trolls, and the troll, like the dancing troll, the little tourist troll that comes to New York and wants to be a New Yorker. He just wants to dance. He just wants to chill and be like everybody else. He doesn't want to be like a normal troll, which is like away from humans. And he doesn't see any reason why he has to hide it too. So he just leaves the troll people and goes to the city and makes friends with the Ghostbusters, specifically Venkman. And, you know, they try to help him out, but at the same time, they realize the other trolls are kind of pissed off about it because they're looking for him. They think he's in trouble, not realizing he wants to be in the city doing his thing. So, you know, the troll leader shows up, and this is why I want this figure, because, like, look at this. Look at how awesome this looks. The troll leader is a perfect example of an amazing looking figure come to life. Like, make this figure. This would be amazing. I would buy this immediately. Ghostbuster of the Year, Season 2, Episode 48. So we got Charles Foster Hearst. I believe I'm saying that right. Charles Foster Hearst. I think it's Hearst. Anyway, he's a really cool looking ghost. He's very cute. He rides a sled. And he would be a perfect ghost for them to make. I would love this. But we also get the bus driver ghost. This really evil looking, demon looking like bus driver ghost that I think would be perfect for like Mondo to go after. I mean, if they had to pick one, I'd pick Charles Foster Hearst. Gotta say his name like that because I don't know if I'm saying it right. So I gotta say it all weird. It finally happened. We have gotten to the Grundle, episode 10, season 3. The Grundle is a really fucked up episode because you find out it's this creature that like leeches on the kids and essentially starts turning the kid into them, so that when that Grundle disappears, essentially dies, they say everything but that. The new Grundle carries on with it's like a virus. It's like an infection, and the kid starts turning into. The kid's name was Alan, and look at the way he's attacking Peter Venkman. That don't look right, man. That don't look right at all. Phrasing, pause. No Diddy on Venkman right now. What is going on? Is that still a thing? Do people still say that? Alan here gets possessed, and he looks worse than the Grundle. Like, look at the Grundle and then look at him. He looks even worse in my opinion. But then in the very beginning of the episode, we get the Jabberwock. This thing is also incredible to look at. An incredible figure. Wearing like this, like, I don't know, not a suit and tie, like a vest and tie kind of bit, almost like a poker player, but he shoots out like mad air from his mouth and shit, bad breath, his stank breath, worse than mine, yo. And then he got these whiskers and he flies, his long ass neck comes out of the garbage can looking like a fucking Jack in the Box, but he's got Slimer in his hand, and Slimer does not look comfortable at all. This look is very bad for Slimer right there. But yeah, man, they catch him. No worries. They catch him. And that's one of the reasons why I bring him up, because you got him right here getting caught into a trap. They could definitely do the Jabberwock. I would love the Jabberwock. I would love the Grundle. But out of all of them, we need Alan transforming into the Grundle. That's the main one we need. Mondo, get on it. It's on the list. Next up, we got Janine's Genie. Episode 12, Season 1. And of course, we got to get the Genie. Because the Genie is just an epic look. He's really small with this big turban. And, you know, he ends up transforming into this really big ghost with a small turban out of nowhere. Just completely switches up the dynamic. And then on top of that, turns into like this demon hamster? Rat? Dog? Pig? I don't know. Just turns into like this little demon creature that scares the shit out of Janine. She was wearing a Ghostbusters outfit in that episode. I forgot about that. So they could definitely do Janine's Genie with Janine if they decide to do that as like her ghost. That would be really cool. Moaning Stones, episode 55, season 2. So the ghost I want from this episode is the Undying one. That's the main one I want. I think he has a really cool look to him, and I think it would look amazing. But it would also be cool if we got the Undying like minion skeletons that he had too, specifically the dinosaur. I want the dinosaur. I want that fucking skeleton dinosaur so bad. It's a ghost, it's a dinosaur, and it's a monster all mixed into one. How could I not want that? Yeah, it's cool. All the other bones coming to life and possessed, and that was cool. But dude, the mammoth especially, that was definitely really cool. But that fucking bone monster, bro, that thing was just amazing. They don't even have a name for it. It's just, I call it the bone monster, the dinosaur bone monster, because they just call it Undying Minion Skeletons. But yeah, definitely, I would love this as a figure. It's on the list. Victor, the Happy Ghost. So this is episode 62, season 2. And this is their take off Casper, the friendly ghost. So they did Victor, the Happy Ghost. But the thing about Victor is he's not exactly always happy. They mixed Casper with like the Hulk or Mr. Hyde or a werewolf. I don't know, but he does not always stay that cute. As you can see, he turns into a fucking monster when he gets really upset. And yeah, I thought he would be a great addition to the ghost monster list that Mondo's never gonna make. Oh god. And then we have Ghostbusters in Paris, episode 30, season 2. This one doesn't really have any crazy memorable ghosts in it. They're ghosts that are in Paris. They're French ghosts, I guess. and they died in the area of the Eiffel Tower, and now they're haunted and stuck in. They're haunting the Eiffel Tower, and they're stuck inside of it. But I just remember that guy in the top hat with the beard. When I was a kid, I was like, oh my God, did they just show that on TV? It was one of those moments I first had as a kid going, wow, I can't believe I just watched that on TV and nobody saw me. This is awesome. And it was, the guy was talking to the guy in the top hat, but he was like facing off like into the distance, so you couldn't see his face. And they were like, oh, how do you know it's haunted by the ghosts of Paris or whatever? And he turns around and is like, my face. And he just pulls off his face. And it was like, fuck. Now it's just like, oh, isn't that cute? But back in the day, that was like, whoa, man. Did I just watch that on TV? I love this show so much. Can you tell? They probably are not going to make this, but it would be cool if they did, because that'd be such a nod towards that episode, and we would immediately buy this ghost because we know exactly what they're referring to. At least I would. The Devil in the Deep, episode 46, season 2. This is Nexa. And I would love him as a figure. I would love that bathtub lobster too. That would be amazing. But I think I could settle for Nexa, even though he's like really big and he like swallows the Ghostbusters at one point. So the scale would need to be like even bigger than 1/6 scale, I think. But whatever. It would be cool to see him as a figure. Likely, most likely not, no. But he's on the list. Chicken, he clucked. Episode 18, season 2. So I just want Morganen, and maybe his imp too. That would be amazing. And you know, because Morganen and the imp, they go together. He's like the little fucker that fucks with Morganen, and you know, you just need that little imp. You need it because it goes with the character, and it can't just be one or the other. And then while you're at it, give me the clerk demon too. He was really cool. What? Look at me, clerk demon. What the fuck am I thinking? Do it. Do it. People will love you for this. Do it. And then the last episode that I wanted to go over before I end this long-ass rant video is Last Train to Oblivion. Episode 42, Season 2. And the only reason why I bring this up is because I really want it, but I also know they can't do it. It's just not going to happen. Probably because of copyright issues. You see this guy? This is a train conductor. But the interesting thing about this train conductor is that his name is Casey Jones. That's right, people. I want Casey Jones, the train conductor from Ghostbusters. There is a ghost named Casey Jones, and he just keeps yelling at the fucking Ghostbusters, more coal! More coal! So I definitely gotta have this as a freaking figure and then put it right next to my Casey Jones. It'll be part of the TMNT collection and the Ghostbusters collection. Come on, Mondo. Come on. Do this. This will be amazing. Alright, I'm done. Let's end this video already. I'll see you back in the lab.
I can't believe you guys let Slimer eat the fucking cookie I gave you guys. That was the cookie for y'all. Your reward for not leaving and making it all the way to the end. That's on y'all. That's on y'all. I gave you your freaking reward. Your eternal reward. I'm dumb, I know. Thank you for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I don't usually do videos like this. In fact, this is my first time ever doing a video like this, and I'm gonna work on it. I want to improve my my edit skills as far as how to make these. Like, I don't know what this was. This is like a Rant documentary wish list. I don't know. I don't freaking know what this was, but I want to make another one. I think I want to do a part 2, more ghosts from the later seasons, because I'm still watching the show. I'm watching like all the way through to like the Slimers and the Ghostbusters. I said, fuck it. I'm gonna watch the episodes I didn't even bother watching as a kid, because I kind of fell off after it turned into Slimer and the Ghostbusters. It just didn't feel the same. But yeah, I did want to show you one other thing. This is the toy that I have from when I was a kid. My mom was very awesome enough to hold on to some of the toys that I had when I was a kid, and when I saw her one time, she gave me all them back. And this right here is the last remnants of my Ghostbusters figures from when I was a kid. This is Peter Venkman with his, I don't know, his containment unit outfit. I don't even remember what it was called, bro. I didn't even do research. This is my favorite fucking toy as a kid. This one and Ray, which is easy to find now because they re-released these. But yeah, this one is the original one. And when you pull the back part here, there's like a little backpack part here. Go like that, and boop-a-doop, Yep, he's opening his eyes come out. He's actually got 4 sets of eyes there, but you don't see them when they close, so it's really awesome. It's got the logo on there still too. It's still on there. It's fading a little bit, but it's still on there, baby. So yeah, shout out to my mom. Thanks for holding on to this for me. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this review. I think I've held you here long enough. By the way, I'm wearing a Ghostbusters backpack. In case anybody was wondering why am I wearing these straps, it's the closest I'm gonna get to having a proton pack because I'm poor. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I got a lot of figure reviews coming. Stay tuned. Be patient with me. I know you've been waiting for these figure reviews. They're coming. They are coming. And if you haven't seen it, go check out my Super Shredder Resurrected images. I got that review coming out too. So yeah, thank you for watching. Peace, peace.
Nighty night! It's bedtime for your mother!